Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Have a seat. Moving on to roll call.
Ronald Knuff will be absent. Kenneth Hall.
Present.
Bonnie Allman.
Here.
Trevor Stone.
Here.
Ronald Glassick.
Here.
Judith Haldeman.
Here.
Jason Donahue.
Present.
Mason Smolinek.
Present.
Julia Kutzler.
Here.
Mayor Anthony Pristash will be absent.
Next, approval of the minutes of the public workshop meeting held on June 6th, 2024. Regular public meeting held on June 20th.
I make a motion to approve both meetings.
Motion made by Ms. Almond. Do I have a second?
Second.
By Mr. Hall. Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Next, we move on to hearing of persons present. Anyone like to say anything?
I just want to follow up on the last one.
Okay.
Did you say for the last meeting, 334 Bendelow Lane, the fence issue?
What was your name?
Remy.
Okay.
Just following up on it, I think, to see if there's any update of what we could do with it. For
Yeah,
that
that's on the
easement,
agenda.
easement agreement.
It's on the agenda tonight.
Okay,
Thank you.
got it. Thank you.
Anyone else?
My name is Suzanne Blyler. I live in the Borough at South Street.
Your name is what?
Suzanne Blyler.
Okay.
That's U-Z-A-N-N-E, Blyler, B-L-Y-L-E-R.
Okay, go ahead, Ms. Blyler.
Like to have some clarification on the PA dog leash law and how it's handled in the borough. I understand that the leash law doesn't require actually a leash on the dog. But however, if a dog is off leash, most likely there's a violation of the law because the dog's not under the control of the owner. Is it legal or illegal to walk your dog without a leash?
What does the law say?
Well, that's what how does the borough interpret the law? I understand that all municipalities, boroughs, handle this differently. How does Northampton Borough handle it? And I'm not talking about the occasional person who has their dog off leash. Some people walk their dogs or have their dogs in the park occasionally. I'm talking about the habitual person that's letting their dogs in the street on neighbor's property, things like that. How does the borough handle this? How does the borough interpret the law? Anybody?
Would you like to respond to that?
I don't really think I can speak to how the borough enforces it. I mean, the law is that you have to have your dog under control. So,
Very
dogs
good.
must not be allowed to run at large.
Does that mean, I understand that if the dog is off leash and in the streets where the dog lives can be endangered or cause an accident, that's not allowed. Is that correct?
I think if you see a particular situation, you should report it.
To,
Animal control.
okay. Well, the website, I have done that, but the website states, Northampton website states, Beth Smith, correct?
Yes, Ms. Smith, yes.
She's responsible for reuniting lost and found dogs with their owners. She is not responsible for wildlife or any other animal control. That's what the website says. Now, if that's wrong long. But anyway, I did address this with her, and am I to assume that I could expect a reasonable response from her if I followed up with a question?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I should respond, she should respond.
She should respond to you, yes.
Okay, well, that's not happening.
Okay, well, maybe we can call the borough office and
Okay.
have them contact her
I did.
and call you.
Megan did.
Huh?
Megan did.
Okay.
The borough office did. And she talked to Beth, and Beth said she would respond to me, and it's been almost a week, and I've not heard from her.
You can also try state dog law enforcement.
Is that,
They have a local office in this area.
what about Kathy Andrews, the Northampton
That
County
is her.
Dog Warden?
Well, she's,
Should I reach out to her?
yes,
Okay.
she's very nice.
Okay. And also, what you're saying is okay for the dogs to be, and I'm talking frequent, not once in a while, but frequent, in the streets and not on a leash.
Mhm.
Now, you're telling me that should not be.
I can't comment on a specific situation without seeing it and knowing the parameters of it.
Mhm.
But I would refer you back to,
Ms. Smith or
Ms.
Ms.
Smith.
Andrews.
And what happens? Just say, she finds that, yes, the homeowner is at fault. Not the homeowner, the dog owner is at fault.
They can cite her.
What happens?
They can cite her.
Cite them?
They could.
What happens if it happens again?
They could cite them.
Again?
They can cite them.
Again?
They can cite them. They're not going to jail.
No, but what will, cause it to, not happen with that particular person?
You know, Ms.
Anything,
Blythe,
or
you-
is it, are we just wasting our time? And should we let things happen?
We're basically dealing again with an I don't care attitude. And that's hard to fight, isn't it? But if we keep calling and they keep getting cited, then maybe it'll work. That's what you need to do. Or hire an attorney. Mhm. Mhm. Anyone else? Next, with the president's report, I have nothing to say. Mayor's report, he's not here. Solicitor's report.
I have nothing to report at this time, but certainly if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to talk to you after the meeting.
Thank you. Reports from committees. We'll start with Mr. Hall, Administration and Finance.
Thank you. The ISOL payroll system will be implemented on Monday, July 22nd. This will include payroll, time and attendance, and benefits. We are now at the point with the River Central where outside firm will be creating the plan. A proposal has already been sent to us from the EPD and forwarded to council. In order to answer any questions about their proposal, there are 2 meetings scheduled where you can meet the EDP. They are on August 7th, 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. The 2 p.m. meeting will be held at East Allen Township Municipal Building. The 7 p.m. meeting will be held at Hanover Township, Lehigh County Municipal Building as part of their normal supervisors meeting. And there were 119 live stream views of the July 3rd council meeting. And a report.
Thank you. Building, Land, and Recreation, Ms. Haldeman.
Thank you. Public Works Supervisor Rich Ackerman has requested quotes from 3 companies to replace the pool roof. On Friday, July 12th, Mr. Bropes and Ryan Welsko met with 2 representatives of the Cindy Miles Adaptive Fund in regards to working collaboratively with the borough on building a new park at 4th Street. The park will be completely ADA compliant. A meeting will be scheduled between the fund and the Building, Land, and Recreation Committee. End of report.
Thank you. Code and Police, Mr. Stone.
Yes, thank you. On July 17th, we should be in receipt of additional amount of $9,240.70 for body cameras for police department. I'm assuming that's true, right? We received the code enforcement report and code income report for the month of June. We have 520 registered rental properties that are in compliance out of the total of 536 at 97% compliance rate. Code enforcement for the month of June, 35 reports, 11 of them are closed, which leaves 24 still left in progress. And for the Northampton Borough Police Department, June 2024, we had 607 dispatches, 154 incident reports filed, and 16 accident investigations completed. On Monday, July 15th, the police department purchased two 2023 Dodge Durangos. The cost to the borough for both vehicles was $5,900. The rest was covered by the Monroe County LSA grant. The zoning hearing board granted a zoning variance to the resident at 101 Barrowview Drive for a fence setback.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Stone. Fire and Health, Ms. Harmon.
Thank you. The Fireman's Parade will be held on Saturday, July 20th at 5:30 p.m., and the route will be the same as prior years. On July 8th, the fire chief and two members of the fire department met with the Fire and Health Committee, Mr. Brobst and Brian Welsko, to discuss the future of the fire department. More information and details will be provided at a future council meeting. End of report.
Thank you. Public Works and Sewer, Mr. Glassick.
Thank you. Paperwork was signed to have a Snyder Environmental Service insert the PVC slip pipe inside for the existing line that's on 105 and 107 Laubach Avenue. We are waiting on them to be mobilized. And I guess I have to ask for clarification, Leroy. Mobilized?
We gave them the go-ahead. They just need to get their equipment here and
Okay.
get started.
Thank you. The Barrington Drive paving project is scheduled to begin early September. The borough's Public Works Department will assist our neighboring town of North Catasauqua with some paving a few streets. On July 23rd at 6 p.m., the Public Works, Sewer, and the Sewer Committee will be meeting with Sherwood Logan, an association in regards to the Huber Q press that was recently deemed for the new sewer plant. And this is about all our sludge that I talk about all the time. This is a machine that helps compress it down and dry it out so that when we haul it away, you could take thousands of pounds down to hundreds of pounds and save money on that. So that we're waiting to see that. That's on the 23rd. End of my report.
Thank you, Mr. Glassick. We'll move on to unfinished business. Do we have any? New business. Adoption of ordinance number 1233.
Ordinance 1233 is an ordinance of the Borough of Northampton that approves the appointment of a solicitor for the purpose of the collection of unpaid claims and settling interest, attorney fees and collection fees for delinquent municipal refuse accounts. We are currently using Portnoy Associates. They have changed their fee schedule, so our new ordinance reflects the new schedule.
What is the opinion of council? Do I have a motion to accept this ordinance?
I'll make a motion.
By Ms. Haldeman,
Second.
second by Mr. Glassick. Any questions?
Question, are these new rates with our fees in there, or do we get reimbursed if the,
They bill a delinquent account separately for their fees. Our fees, we collect the unpaid garbage, the penalty, and the interest.
thank you.
Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Moving on to paw prints on the Canal presentation.
Thank you. What was that? Okay, don't look at it yet, okay.
Hello. Hello.
Well, it was our 15th year. We were very glad that the heat waited until after where's that here as well? We collected sponsors for our t-shirts, for our 15-year t-shirts that we were able to give out and, of course, sell some too. We do have a couple of presentations we want to make. One is for you. You're the only one in this order. These we had at the table to recognize all 3 K-9 units that we have sponsored throughout the 15 years. So this, you're all putting in at the station.
Absolutely.
Okay. You can unpack it. I just like that. So they always do them all.
Yeah, it'll be done up at the station.
That's what Parker's covered, the Officer Moeller, Parker and Snow. And we also have one more we want to give, because of the fire police have been so helpful to us throughout the years.
How nice.
So we have one for you.
Thank you. Especially this past year, I want to add, we had a major structure fire that morning.
Oh,
And we were there till 11 o'clock, which is when we were supposed to be there like 7 o'clock to start opening up and getting them. So we rolled in at 11:30, and they already had their volunteers in there starting parking and doing whatever. So thank you for what you do.
Yeah.
I mean, we do what we do, but in all the years, this has never happened.
No.
But it went, and even with the new situation of how they did the parking this year, it was a whole new regime and a whole new thing, so nobody knew how it was going to happen, so we all rolled in late. We got it done, we got it taken care of. Appreciate what you do as well. Okay, presented to the Northampton Fire Police in recognition of your loyal service and dedication throughout the years, Paul Prince Canal 15th anniversary, June 9th, 2024. Thank you very much.
You just need to plan your structural fire.
there you go, yeah.
Well, at least now I don't know.
Yeah, we use the new parking area where the parking area used to be. We use that as vendors, brand new thing. I think it went well. You know, we took pictures and we didn't hear many complaints, but it went okay. So, I think we did pretty good again this year.
Chico needs some water.
He's had plenty of water, he's just like
So this year, for the K-9 unit,
No, I guess not.
we raised $13,115, which equals for all 15 years, $102,366.55 for 15 years.
So 13,000 this year.
13, yeah, 13.
Wow, congratulations.
We didn't do it without my team, our team, we work really well together. Plus the borough is getting everything ready, you know, and everybody who works behind the scenes is a big help, and then the volunteers that come and help out. It takes a village to get this thing together, so.
Brian, are you taking a picture?
Get Chico in the picture, there you go.
Ready?
Ready, so.
took from over here, I took some. Thank you.
So as for next year, we have a date of May,
Oh, okay.
2025.
Can we turn these over now?
Can we turn these
I've
over?
done it.
Now, here you go.
We just didn't want you to see the amount until we.
Oh, okay.
That's fantastic.
Very nice.
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Wu.
Thank you.
Next.
Thank you, ladies.
Will be opening of the bids for security cameras.
If you remember, some time ago, we got a grant for security cameras throughout the borough. We have advertised for bids and received one. It is from AACE Security.
I'm gonna make a motion for Better Blinds for Leroy, I think that's what we're
Yeah,
gonna do.
thank you.
It's a real letter opener there.
I have a bigger knife
Yeah,
on
I
my
see that.
desk.
Okay.
All right, let me see, what do we have here? The bid is in two sections. One is for Fourth Street Playground, which is separate from the others, for $4,100. And the remaining one is for $25,300. As I recall, the grant was for somewhere in the area of $23,000. I think it would be advisable to award to the lowest responsible bidder pending review by the solicitor.
Make a motion that we accept the bid and move on.
Thank you. Motion made by Mr. Glassick. Do I have a second?
Second.
By Ms. Almond. Any questions?
Leroy, what were they again, the bid?
41,000, 4,100 for Fourth Street, and the other was 25,300.
300.
Thank you.
And the 25 is, that is what parks? Can I get a list, just a list?
That,
What all the remaining?
they're
Is it
item, yeah, they're itemized on there.
And this is a local company, I am assuming.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the same person who has placed cameras in various other areas.
Okay.
Is 4th Street separate because of the work that's proposed on there, or why would I just?
Yeah, I didn't know that they were on there.
I didn't take the
I
time to
mean,
read
it's a good
it.
idea. I mean, we're gonna be doing
Yeah.
that as well, but I just wondered ironically if that was how that happened or if it was done purposely. I mean, I don't think they would have known we were doing work.
I think when we asked for the, bids, I'm not sure if we asked for Fourth Street to be included. That may have been
And then there's-
added on at the tail end, but we should be able to accomplish both with the grant and whatever we have to put into it.
Any other questions? All those in favor?
All right.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Consider the request of the Civil Service Commission.
Pursuant to the background check of the only candidate on the eligibility list, that candidate received an unfavorable review. Therefore, council should vacate the current list and authorize Civil Service Commission to establish a new eligibility list.
Do I have a motion to vacate the list?
Motion.
Motion made by Mr. Stone. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Hall, any questions?
I just have a comment.
Okay.
Because it says unfair review, which is considerably different than unfavorable, will that be rewritten?
It can be amended. His review was unfavorable.
Okay, I know, thank you.
Questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Consider the resignation request.
That
Oh.
that vacated the list. Now you have to
Oh.
authorize them to prepare.
Oh, I thought that was all one thing. Okay. So now we need a motion to authorize the Civil Service Commission to establish a new eligibility list.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Mr. Stone. Second
Second.
by Mr. Hall. Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Consider resignation request,
Let me see here.
number 5.
We've received a resignation request from Northampton Borough Planning Commission Chairman Nicholas Politi Jr., effective July 31st, 2024.
Do I have a motion to approve this resignation?
I make a motion to approve the resignation.
By Ms. Almond, do I have a second?
I second that with regret.
By Mr. Hall, second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
36 years.
Consider the subdivision request of Stephen and Sharon Nachesty of 517-519 East 20th Street.
In your packet is a subdivision request of 517-519 East 20th Street. This was reviewed and granted preliminary and final approval by the Planning Commission. The applicants also appeared before the Zoning Hearing Board and were granted zoning relief for this subdivision.
What is the opinion of council?
Make a motion to approve as counseled by the zoning board.
Thank you. Motion made by Mr. Glassick. Do I have a second?
Second.
By Mr. Stone. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Number 7 would be consider the tree easement request.
Okay, due to a request from a resident of the K. Willowbrook Development, council permission is needed to pursue amending the deciduous tree conservation easement and evergreen buffer and tree conservation easements with K. Willowbrook LLC. Regardless of parcel ownership, the only way to permit fences in the tree easement is to execute an amendment of the tree easement agreement with K. Willowbrook LLC with council approval. A draft amendment proposal incorporating several suggestions has been included in your packets for review.
What is the opinion of council? Do you have a motion to grant this easement?
I'll make a motion because I have questions.
Motion made by Ms. Haldeman,
I'll
second by
I'll second.
Mr. Hall. Question?
So, when this development is completed and we are handed over it's dedicated, the streets are dedicated to us and everything's, then this becomes kind of one more of our issue with this.
This has been done in the past. When the original subdivision plan was approved, in another instance, there was an easement like this. That was, an agreement was entered between the borough and the developer to agree to allow certain things in certain places.
Okay,
That is what would happen here.
okay.
We need to get the approval, not just of Borough Council, but also of the developer.
So what, with the mentions then made of the things that aren't allowed, like the cars being parked and the tires and all the, whose responsibility does that become to police it? Mr. Sorensits, our code officer, who assures that this kind of won't happen?
If there are violations of the International Property Maintenance Code, they are handled by the code
By
office.
code officer, okay. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Consider 1-hour parking zone.
Okay.
I'm ready.
I'll be right with you. At the request of the Borough Council, Police Chief Brian Kadingo has completed an evaluation of a 1-hour parking zone requested by the businesses in the 1200 block of Main Street. Chief Kadingo is proposing a 1-hour parking zone beginning at the northern zone of the property located at 1218 Main Street, continuing south to the northern edge of the crosswalk safety zone at Laubach Avenue. This would be on the west side of Main Street with a linear distance of 102 feet. He has included his explanation and a drawing.
Thank you. What is the opinion of council? Do I have a motion to honor the 1-hour parking zone?
I make a motion to honor that parking zone.
Motion made by Ms. Almond. Do I have a second?
Second.
I didn't hear who?
Second.
Okay, second by Mr. Glassick.
I have a question.
Question, go ahead, Mr. Ropes.
Do we need an ordinance on this?
You do.
Okay.
Yes, and in his memo, Chief Kadingo had requested that these recommendations be referred to me to begin the process of amending the ordinance, and
That's what I
trying to get
thought.
my computer to cooperate with me so I could start that now.
I just thought I'd ask you.
Okay, any other questions?
I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
For Chief Kadingo, if I may, the issue with the loading zone, so if I'm understanding this, it was Friday, Monday through Friday, 5:30 to 8:30 PM, and then 12 to 3 Saturdays and Sundays. Now the person wants to change it to all day, one spot dedicated as a loading zone that can only be used by somebody going to his business Monday through Friday, 8 to 5.
He's requesting the loading zone because the previous sign, the business was part-time, he now does that business full-time. However, a loading zone, it would, obviously, it's a loading zone, it would not be specifically for him, it would be for anybody in the area.
But it has to be used for like emptying out, so and that's not an unreasonable request?
No.
Okay,
We
Okay.
have other ones in the borough.
okay, thank you.
Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Consider the request for the annual shredding event.
State Representative Zach Mako would like to hold their annual shredding event at the Community Center parking lot on Saturday, April 19th, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. I have checked with the manager at the community center, and that time slot would be available.
I make a motion to hold their annual shredding event at the community center in April.
Motion made by Ms. Almond. Do I have a second?
Second.
By Mr. Stone. Question? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Consider appointment of the borough manager.
After an exhausting search by the hiring committee, including 2 rounds of interviews, council will vote to appoint the next borough manager. I would turn that over to the chairman of the hiring committee.
Thank you, Leroy. After a long search and due diligence by the committee, we are making a proposal to offer the borough manager's position to Brian Welsko. That's my motion.
That's your motion. Motion made by Mr. Glassick. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by who? Mr. Hall? Any questions?
More of a comment. The two individuals were outstanding. They were both borough employees, and they were truly, it was gut-wrenching for the committee to what we have to do, how to do and go through this, because these individuals, you can see their love for our borough, and it's only I can't tell you the hard decisions that this committee made and the hardness to talk to some people in here, but we have two great individuals that work for our borough, and we hope that they continue to be that. So, thank you again for both of them, for what you've put into your efforts of presenting yourself professionally, knowledgeable, and just an outstanding individual. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Now, if I may, can I make a motion to tag on to that for putting a posting out there?
Well,
Yes.
Our attorney wanted to make that.
Okay, that's fine, then
Okay.
she can do that.
Yeah, in furtherance of that, I would just say that pursuant to section 712.1 of the Sunshine Act, though it is not on your agenda, the fact that this appointment leaves a vacancy enables you, as a matter arising during the meeting, to make a motion to post that position. So if you're intending to do so, you would be making a motion to fill, the correct title is the assistant borough manager or the
Yes.
assistant to the borough?
No, the
Okay.
assistant borough manager.
Assistant borough manager.
And I make that motion that we propose to put it internally only, internal only for our borough.
Okay, you got it.
I second that
motion.
Okay, motion made by Mr. Glassick. I need a second
Second?
I think.
by Mr. Stone or Mr. Hall.
I believe, Councilwoman,
Bonnie?
over there.
Ms. Almond?
Are your hearing aids in?
They're from Costco, they ain't right, huh?
Congratulations to Brian also, I'd like to say congratulations to him.
Well, let's finish the vote.
Okay, sorry, I thought it was.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Congratulations, Mr. Welsko.
Consider the request of St. John the Baptist Church.
We have received a request from St. John the Baptist Church to use the portable band trailer on September 1st, 2024. They would be charged a rental fee of $300, a delivery and setup fee of $150, and will be required to provide a certificate of insurance naming the borough as additionally insured.
I have a motion to honor this request
Yeah, motion to approve.
by Mr. Stone,
Second.
by Mr. Glassick. Questions?
Yeah, will they be in need of a portable restroom?
Seriously.
They might. I'll ask them.
Hello, Mr. Hall. Still remembering him aside of it.
Yes, yes.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Consider the request of the Laurie Station Volunteer Fire Company.
Let me see, where am I? I got too many papers. We received a request from Laurie Station Volunteer Fire Company Number 1 to use the portable band trailer on Saturday, September 21st, 2024. They also will be charged a rental fee of $300, a delivery and setup fee of $150, and will be required to provide a certificate of insurance naming the borough of Northampton as additionally insured.
I have a motion to honor this request
Make a motion.
by Ms. Haldeman. Do I have a second?
Second.
By Mr. Stone. Any questions?
Question, when is our street fair?
19th? Oh, no.
Yeah, it's the week.
Give me a second.
The 14th.
The 14th?
September.
Okay, I just didn't wanna make sure we give that away if we have a street for, but that's fine, thank you, thank you.
All those in favor? Opposed? The ayes have it.
It's a good question.
Consider the request of New Journey Church.
We have received a request from New Journey Church to use Canal Street Pavilion on Sunday, August 18th for their annual church picnic. They will be open, this will be open to the public, and they are requesting a waiver of any and all fees.
Do I have a motion to honor the request?
Motion.
By Mr. Hall, do I have a second?
Second.
By Mr. Stone. Any questions?
I have a question. Do we waive the fees because they're in the borough? Okay, so all borough fees for the rental is waived.
Historically, we waive fees for churches that request this.
Okay, thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. I was threatened by Mr. Brobst. His whole family is here, and he said I had to move the meeting very fast. That wasn't very nice, was it?
Don't believe, don't listen to him. Listen to that one.
Reports from council members, starting with Mr. Glassick.
Thank you. I'm going to just ask some questions, well, more comments about the posting of bills and things like that, but that was an incredible grant that we received. We got 2 Dodge Durangos, and the grant was $80,000, so we paid $5,900. I think that was in somebody's report.
Yep.
But you don't realize those 2 Durangos would have cost us, again, $86,000, and here it cost us $6,000 with that. So these grants are so important, and I know there was another one that we talked about with the cameras, so thank you for the work that goes into that, because it's not an easy task with those. I'm glad to hear the payroll system is starting on Monday. It's gonna be, again, for efficiencies and trying to help the borough move forward, reporting. And I mean, there was times that we take 20 hours, I think, Leroy, for payroll. And it can be done now in 2 to 3.
Yeah, I'd say probably a third of the time.
Third of the time per week or per every other week. So
Every other week.
that's gonna pay for itself, I hope, in the very near future. A comment and congratulations to the pause on the canal. It's hard to believe we have an item going 15 years strong like that. I happened to be down there this year. It was just phenomenal. And they were doing it the same time that the Queenship of Mary had their church picnic, and it seemed like it didn't even phase it. It was just incredible, the amount of people were walking through with their pets and things like that. A great event, and again, $102,000 to our borough over the last 15 years. Again, that's just saving taxpayers money, but it's also a great community involvement. And I know we approved Zach for a shred event, but we can also try to get something with electronic event. I keep on asking about electronic recycling, so that we don't have the TVs and stuff sitting around in the alleys. So, that's the end of my report, and again, congratulations again to Mr. Welsko. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Mr. Donahue.
Thank you. I'll be short here. Also, I'd like to thank All Prints on the Canal for what they do down there. I think I went to every one of those events down there for the last 15 years, since it's a walking distance from my house. But it's a great thing they do for our canine program, and I don't mind Chico driving by my house at midnight and barking and waking me up. That's fine. And congratulations to Mr. Welsko. And then my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Almond?
Thank you. Congratulations, Brian. I look forward to working with you in the next coming years for the good of the community. And I just want to send a thank you out to our code, to our police, and our fire department for all that you do daily. Thank you very much. End of report.
Thank you. Mr. Mason?
Thank you. I'd just like to say congratulations to Brian again, keeping with the theme. I know you have great things planned for this borough, and I'm looking forward to that. Other than that, that is all.
I sort of have a question. When are you gonna get your stuff out of my office?
He said that's his office.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Is that it, Mason? That's
That's it?
That's all. I'll say the intern thing for end of August.
Ms. Holman?
Well, Mr. Glassick stole most of my thunder. I wanted to also congratulate the police department on obtaining that grant. That's pretty impressive. I too note I didn't think two police cars would cost us $5,000, so. And, again, also congratulations to Paws on Canal. That is phenomenal. And those 4 ladies that snuck out of here also then had the graciousness to compliment the borough for working with them when they, I'm sure the time and energy they put into this and planning this event year after year after year. That's just tremendous. So we really do thank them for that support. Congratulations, Mr. Welsko. But I also want to commend Mr. Sorensitz. He did an excellent job. And I hope he continues to do the good work that he does with the borough. He certainly showed dedication and desire, as did Mr. Welsko, and it was a very difficult choice, but I know he's going to work with Mr. Welsko, and they are going to do good things for our borough, very good things for our borough. Mr. Brope's shoes are going to be large to be filled, but I think that we're going to have some good men working in the future for our borough. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Mr. Stone?
Yes, I too wanted to thank Alderman on the Canal. I mean, 15 years is commendable for sure. I want to take the opportunity to congratulate Brian Welsko, Borough Manager. Very well deserved. We wish you much success. Your success is Northampton Borough's success, right? You have my support, as do you have the council's support. And anything you need, don't hesitate to ask. I wanted to commend Jerry Sorensitz as well. You're a man of honor and integrity, man. I mean that. We appreciate your support and everything that you do for this borough. Don't think for a moment that that's lost. And, we wish you much success going forward as well. So thank you for all that you do. End of report.
Mr. Hall?
It's repetitious, but I gotta be put out there. Congratulations, Brian, Mr. Wesco. I wanna thank the hiring committee for the time and stuff, in public, for the time that they involved in doing this and gave a excellent report and/or on their findings. Also, thanks again, Jerry, for your coming out, and you'll do well. And thank again to Paw Prince for the plaque and for all that they do for the borough. That's all I have.
Thank you. Attorney Stephanie?
I was fortunate to be able to sit in with the hiring committee on their second round of interviews, and the borough is very fortunate to have 2 very intelligent, very thoughtful, very forward-thinking, energetic men in Jerry Sorensitz and Brian Welsko working for the borough, serving the borough. Congratulations to Brian. And Jerry, I thoroughly enjoy working with you and look forward to many more years of working with you in whatever capacity you might serve in, certainly in your capacity presently. But I was incredibly impressed with both of you. I wasn't surprised to be impressed. The borough is very fortunate to have these gentlemen serving.
I totally agree. Especially with Mr. Sorensitz, and he has so much going. I appreciate everything that you do. Brian, congratulations. Man, that was a hard decision. And once again, I thank the hiring committee, and the time that they spent was a lot of man hours. So thank you. And now we move on to announcements from Mr. Brobst.
I have 12 minutes. No, I don't. Brian, first of all, congratulations. You thought it was crazy before, just wait. Jerry, still have big things planned for you. As they have said, you are a very valuable commodity, and we'll discuss it. I won't be in tomorrow, so don't look for me. My son's taking me on a trip.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
One-way trip.
One way.
I don't know what we would do without the paw prints people. I mean, every year they show up and they dump 5 figures of money on us, and I budget $5,000 for the dog, and away we go. They are just remarkable in their energy and their dedication, and I certainly appreciate that. Glad to see my granddaughter's here. She had a bit of an accident today, but there she is, and smiling as always. And the rest of my entourage is there, and, well, not all of them, but my grandson flew from, move it.
No help from the
I have nothing more to add.
We need you more often.
I'm done.
Are you really?
Oh, yeah, I ain't gonna argue with him.
I need a motion to pay the bills.
I'll make a motion.
Motion made by Ms. Haldeman. Do I have a second?
Second.
By Mr. Glassick. Questions?
Question.
Go ahead, Mr. Glassick.
Page 2, Leroy Harhart's service station for car washes. Is that for a month or is that for the year? Or
That is for a 2-week period.
$433?
The officers like to have clean vehicles. They're black, and dirt shows up on it really well.
I've just been told it's a month.
Huh?
It's the month?
A month.
A month?
Yes, it's for the month.
Oh, sure. See, the
It's the
guy's
month.
showing off already.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, sorry about that. I didn't realize, I just wanted to see where we were. Okay. IDP publication, $808.
Let me see, what page is that on?
Same page.
Same
Page
page.
2, at the very bottom. IDP publication. Check number 3315.
It's charged
has
to,
never happened,
it's
that he's
charged to
speechless.
administration, it's charged to planning, and it's charged to zoning. This is material that is used, where's Jerry? Zoning office, planning commission.
It's the
Without
cumulative,
without having the bill, I'm only guessing.
Leroy, it's the cumulative sum for all of the advertising with the home news.
Oh.
So posting for the zoning hearing board,
Oh, yeah.
planning
okay.
commission.
Okay, to post stuff out there.
Much of that goes through the Bath Home News.
Okay. Lehigh, on the page 3, Lehigh Engineering for Willowbrook's Phase 2. Is that money that's coming back to us from the builders?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
$3,277. Sealmaster for painting of marking streets, $57.61. Do we not do our own painting of lines and stuff?
We do, that's for the paint.
Oh, that's just for the paint.
Uh-huh.
Wow, okay. It's an eye-opener thing, wow. $5,700 to paint the line.
2 coats.
It was nice with the dryness. I know people were complaining about not using water or not having water in the heat that we had, but it took our sludge down to $12,600. So hopefully we have a new machine coming soon, but that's the end of my questions.
You sure? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. I need a motion
adjourned.
by Mr. Hall. Second by Armin?
Yes.
Okay. All those, okay, questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. We got out of here, didn't we?